I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. If you're in search of financial advisors, pay attention to the designations behind their names. For a financial planner, look for a CFP, Certified Financial Planner, a ChFC, Chartered Financial Consultant, or MSFP, a Master's in Financial Planning. For an investment advisor, add a CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst, designation to your list. This is advice I've given readers forever. I've been doing a column on personal finance for over 25 years. And this advice may seem self-serving since I hold most of these designations. But is there any evidence that financial planning designations really matter? Well, professionals like myself who hold them will say yes. Those who don't hold them will tell you they really don't matter. A new study by Jeff Camarda, published as Do Professional Designations Matter in Financial Planning on May 26, 2017, finds that designations do matter when it comes to finding someone with high probability of delivering competent financial planning advice to consumers. Now, it may seem intuitive that someone who has had to complete a series of educational courses, meet minimal experience requirements, and pass a rigorous exam would probably deliver more competent advice than someone who hasn't. Yet, Camarda found very little research on whether designations give consumers higher quality financial planning. So he decided to base the dissertation for his PhD in financial planning on answering this question. The challenge was how to accurately measure whether consumers actually receive higher quality advice from those holding the designations. So interestingly, Camarda used disclosed complaints of misconduct against FINRA registered representative advisors, and those are advisors who sell products. His study was confined to 27,000 such advisors in the state of Florida who had passed the federal licensing requirements to sell financial products. Amazingly, of this group, only 12% had at least one professional designation. Camarda compared these advisors to those that didn't have a designation, and he used 18 statistical techniques and tests to verify his findings. His discovery? Well, he discovered much lower misconduct was associated with having one of the designations, and concluded advisors holding a designation offered a higher standard of advice. The financial planning article did not include specific numbers, but the academic version of the study is under review for publication by the journal Financial Services Review. The study basically underscores what I found to be true, that just because someone holds a license to engage in a specific service for consumers doesn't mean that the person's competent. Licensing tests notoriously set the bar low for the entrance into almost any field. It's important to note that Camarda's research only included advisors who sold products. I think it'd be interesting to see a similar study on fee-only advisors to see if the same holds true. My hunch is that it probably would. The challenge of such a study would be to query a database of fee-only advisors that includes those who don't have a professional designation, and then compare perhaps SEC complaints. Since financial planning and investment designations give consumers higher quality advice than does simply taking the federal licensing exam, it would seem that federal regulators could give the public better service at lower cost by abandoning their licensing exams and instead requiring those selling financial products to obtain a designation. Of course, such a move would produce an outcry from the many salespeople with licenses but not professional designations who work for Wall Street firms or insurance companies. Since they have the money to influence their members of Congress, those high fees and commissions go somewhere. This isn't going to happen anytime soon. As a consumer, you will continue to need to do your own research to increase the odds that anyone giving you financial advice and selling you an investment really knows and understands the territory. The best place to start? Look at their designations. Thanks for listening.